When the body whispers goodbye. 6 subtle signs in the final year of life. Have you ever noticed subtle changes in a loved one, perhaps a grandparent, parent, or elder, changes that at first seemed like nothing more than signs of aging? Clothes becoming looser, steps slowing down, conversations growing quieter. They may seem minor, but they could be the body's quiet way of saying it's preparing for the final chapter of life. Many people believe that death in old age comes suddenly, but the truth is, the body often begins its farewell months, even a year in advance. Sadly, these signs are often overlooked until it's too late to prepare, too late to say what we need to say, or to hold a hand a little longer. Recognizing these subtle changes early can help us respond with understanding, presence, and love. Below are 6 important signs that often appear during the last year of an elderly person's life. Quiet messages from the body that deserve our attention and care. 1. Unexplained weight loss. A quiet warning from the body. One of the earliest and most overlooked signs is unintentional weight loss. You might notice clothes starting to hang loosely, a belt needing to be tightened, or meals being skipped with comments like, "I'm not hungry," or "food just doesn't taste good anymore." This isn't just aging. As the body weakens, its ability to absorb nutrients and processed protein declines. This leads to loss of muscle mass, increased fatigue, and higher risk of falls and infections. Sometimes weight loss is tied to chronic conditions such as cancer, heart failure, kidney disease, or even depression and cognitive decline. Families often try to combat this with more meals, supplements, or protein shakes, but when the body is preparing to let go, eating more doesn't always help. At this stage, what matters most isn't the number on the scale, but comfort and care. Light, easy to digest meals, hydration, and quiet companionship can make a far greater difference than force-fed calories. 2. Deep fatigue and weakness. When energy becomes precious, this kind of exhaustion is different from being tired. It's a persistent, bone-deep fatigue that rest doesn't fix. Simple tasks like sitting up, walking a few steps, or talking can feel overwhelming. A once independent loved one may now need help with even the basics. As organ function slow and circulation weakens, oxygen and energy aren't delivered to the body like before. The body begins conserving energy for the essentials. Long naps, sudden drops in energy, and sleeping most of the day are common. Emotionally, this fatigue often leads to withdrawal. A loved one may avoid conversations, skip family activities, or stop doing things they once enjoyed, not because they don't care, but because they simply no longer have the strength. In these moments, it's not about pushing them to do more. It's about sitting beside them, honoring their limits, and allowing each day to unfold gently and peacefully. 3. Cognitive changes and social withdrawal. When the mind quietly drifts away, you may notice memory lapses, confusion, or difficulty following conversations. A once sharp mind may start forgetting names, repeating stories, or losing track of time and place. This isn't just normal forgetfulness. As oxygen and nutrients to the brain decrease, cognitive function begins to decline. Loved ones may have moments of clarity followed by confusion, drifting in and out as if mentally fading. They might also begin withdrawing socially, talking less, sitting in silence, avoiding stimulation. It's not about disinterest, but about the brain slowing down, no longer processing emotions or conversations the same way. This can be heartbreaking to witness, but instead of trying to bring them back to how they were, meet them where they are. A gentle touch, soft voice, or quiet presence can mean more than words. Even when they no longer respond the way they used to, your presence still reaches them, often more deeply than you realize. 4. Frequent infections and slow healing. When the immune system lets go as the body weakens, the immune system becomes less capable of defending itself. Your loved one might catch colds more often, develop recurrent infections, or take far longer to recover from minor illnesses. Small cuts may take weeks to heal or reopen easily. Circulation slows, making it harder for oxygen and nutrients to reach wounds. Pressure sores, UTIs, skin infections, and pneumonia become more frequent. Families often respond with more medications and hospital visits, hoping for one more recovery. But sometimes, the more compassionate choice is to shift focus from curing to comforting. Gentle care becomes the priority. Clean bedding, moisturized skin, hydration, and emotional reassurance. These do far more for well-being than another round of antibiotics that may only prolong discomfort. 5. Changes in breathing and circulation. When the body starts to slow down in the final months or weeks, breathing often becomes irregular. You may notice slower, shallower breaths, long pauses, or patterns like Cheyne-Stokes respiration, rapid breathing, followed by stillness. Circulation also weakens. Hands, feet, ears, or nose may feel cold or turn bluish. The body begins redirecting blood to vital organs, reducing flow to the extremities. Even talking, sitting up, or minor movements can leave your loved one breathless. They may begin breathing through the mouth or sleeping propped up due to fluid in the lungs. This can be unsettling to witness, but it's often a natural part of the body's final phase. Instead of reacting with panic, focus on comfort: cool rooms, humidifiers, soft pillows, and emotional calm. Your gentle presence is far more powerful than any medical intervention. 6. Sleeping more, speaking less. When the inner world gently closes, you may notice your loved one sleeping more than ever before and speaking less. They may wake only for short moments and drift back into sleep quickly. This isn't detachment, it's the body gradually letting go. The energy required to stay alert, talk, or even process thoughts is simply no longer there. They may stop responding to conversations, their gaze may seem distant, and yet they may still feel your touch, your tone, your love. You don't need to fill the silence with words. Just sitting beside them, playing their favorite music, or holding their hand is enough. In these quiet moments, your presence becomes the most powerful comfort of all. Final thoughts. Love is the most gentle farewell. Death is never easy, but it is natural. And when we understand the signs, we don't have to face it with fear or regret. These quiet changes: weight loss, fatigue, fading memory, recurring illness, irregular breathing, long sleeps are the body's way of whispering goodbye. When we recognize them early, we can stop fighting what cannot be changed, and instead, turn toward what truly matters: love, dignity, and peace. We may not be able to extend time, but we can make the time that's left deeply meaningful. To help someone we love feel held, heard, and never alone in their final chapter is the most beautiful gift we can give.